Hi, I'm Ben,
And I'm Jack.
and we're two dumbasses.
Two dumbasses. All right, I was gonna
I was
say a bit
waiting
of
to
a
see if you
delay
would
there.
I was waiting to see if you would try to
Yeah,
do it into synchronization.
yeah. We never like planned those before. Where it's like, who's gonna say it? Am I or are both of us? Or when are we gonna do it? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's always just a spur of the moment thing. However, it works out.
All right. So do you want to go first, or should I go first?
You can go first with your topic. It's been a little bit since we've done these.
It has.
Been a little bit.
It's gonna be a tradition. Every Friday that we release a video, it's gonna be one of these. So every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it
This
falls
is
on
supposed to be
Friday.
coming out after the announcement, so
And I think
they already know what's going on.
yeah, I think that's exactly what my first topic was actually gonna be, which is about our summer plans
Yeah.
and our videos
Fair.
overall. And I'm not gonna
Yeah.
spoil anything. Don't worry. Don't worry.
Yeah.
But I was figuring we could give them a taste of some stories, perhaps, of things we've already experienced. Some taste of maybe a teaser of a video or two that we have in the works without actually spoiling the concept. And so in case you haven't known, 2 videos ago, at least it should be 2 videos ago, we released an announcement about that we were going to release a video every other day throughout the whole summer. And hopefully we can stick to that. We'll see. And we may not be able to, but we'll try
We
our best.
will.
And so far, all you've
As
gotten
of
is-
today, we're debating on it. Like, will we make it? Will we not? Because we got stuff.
Yeah,
There,
it's
there
a
are
source
chunks of
stress.
time where we're not going to be able to film. So it's like,
Like a whole month.
yeah, we're gonna have to cram in like the next 2 weeks after this. So
But anyway, all we've released so far is the announcement and the tier list. But
Yeah.
basically, this will serve as kind of a more in-depth, I think, explanation of kind of our goals, our plans.
yeah,
And so let me just put it this way. So Dumbass is content that you know and love. It's going to be even better than before, and there's going to be a lot more
Yeah.
of it. It's going to be more unique, more interesting. Basically, imagine Unis Honest, but we're dumbasses.
yeah, we're idiots.
And we're only half as much content.
And a significantly lower budget and a significantly less amount of views.
And a significant lower quality. And just a significantly worse overall product.
But you know what? You can't find Unisonus anywhere else. So you can't. You're looking through YouTube. You can't seem to find Unisonus.
Yeah.
So you get us.
But anyway, let me just lay down the basic schedule idea. So, every Friday, like I said, we're releasing a podcast, and that's every Friday that the every other day schedule falls on. So it's technically every other Friday we're releasing a podcast. Additionally, we have quite a few tier lists we're doing. We're going to be releasing a tier list about every 5 or so videos, I think.
We've already told them about the candy. They already know that one exists.
Well, it already released. That's the one that released yesterday.
Oh yeah, true.
Well, not
so
yesterday,
yeah,
2 days ago. If you're watching this on
that's
the day it
right.
released.
We're filming this before
We're backlogging.
we've even this is backlog, so some of the topics may not be of relevance when
Yeah, I'm
this
not going to
airs.
bring up
But
anything that's of modern
yeah,
topic. Because it's going to be outdated.
I'm there's a lot I could talk about that's modern that if it's still relevant, I'll talk about it.
But let me just put it this way. We're going to have an overarching storyline throughout these videos.
Mhm.
And you're going to see that starting with the next video that comes out. It's going to be the start of the storyline.
Yep.
And it's just going to get even... Let me just put it this way. There's going to be somewhat of a break in our relationship. There's going to be a bit of a...
There is tension that wasn't there before.
There's tension that's going to be building between us. And
Yeah.
you're going to see that boil over at a certain point. A
Yeah.
couple different points.
And you think it's gonna climax at one point, and then we're just gonna be like, "Ha ha, you fool!"
Just like my girlfriend. Silence.
You make it climax. It's gonna be a climax squared.
Additionally, we're actually doing some high effort productions.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna spoil those either, but things that will take a long time to produce and make, and it's gonna be worth it.
Yep.
Additionally, we're gonna be humiliating ourselves. We always do that though.
We do that already. Yeah. I've never stopped. The minus dignity points is, it's new. I've been doing it for years.
And we also have this idea that I wanted to throw out there that I don't know if I've talked to you about yet. In fact, I don't think I have talked to you about it yet. This is not set in stone. This is just an idea, and it probably won't happen. But I thought it'd be cool. Is if we make it all the way through, and this would only really work if we make it all the way through with our release schedule, like normal. On the last day of summer, August 31st, we would do an end of summer special where we do like a live stream, kind of like Unis Honest did. Obviously not as long, but like just like a live stream where we have a podcast in person, and we also show like bloopers and outtakes and a couple like 2 or 3 extra videos premiere during that live stream actually. Like
Unis Honest did that.
Mm-hmm. And then we also have a best moments compilation. Yeah. And it would be kind of a good way to send off the summer. And I don't know what you think about that. I don't know the viability of doing it since I don't stream. But
yeah, we'll discuss it. We'll see. The capabilities of that by the end. Yeah, we'll discuss. Yeah, it's definitely doable. I don't see anything preventing us from doing it at the moment, but you never know. That's supposed to be in like 3 months from now. So we'll see.
Yeah, we will see. So did you have like anything you wanted to add to our summer plans?
Not particularly. Like, I know. Aside from that, basically for those because the people that are in our viewers that also watch my channel actively know that my life is basically had been content the past few months, and my schedule's opening up, which means more room for content, which means longer live streams.
Yeah, the problem with that is it's out of context Elliot content, which leaves him no time to do dumbasses content.
Yeah, as of the time of recording this, I'm actually almost at 1K. I'm currently sitting at, as the time of recording this,
right in the middle of the podcast,
974, and growing. Yeah, I will, now that, that bullshit that we like to call school is going to be gone from my schedule, I will be actually producing, content that doesn't, bite into my time as much as school, or how should I word this? Because the way I just worded it is not good.
You have more time to make content.
I have more time to make content.
Difficult to explain.
Yeah. And this also leads into my next topic. I've switched to Twitch. For those of you who haven't noticed, that are listening to this, I am streaming on Twitch now. Out of Context Elliot on Twitch. Same name, same style, just on Twitch. And I'm loving it.
What would you say is the biggest improvement?
The amount of money, for sure. I've already received donations on my first stream as an affiliate. It has taken me almost a year of trying to get monetized on YouTube. Still not there. I do it in a week on Twitch with ease. Granted, I had a little... not like a consistent amount, but so far I have earned about 10 or 11 subscribers, which is like $5 a subscriber.
Mm-hmm.
And also there was $121 that was in my bank account that McDonald's did not put there. Yes, this is how long it's been. All right, since the last time we recorded a podcast, I have gotten a job at McDonald's, worked there for 4 months, and quit.
No, we talked in the last podcast about you getting a job at McDonald's.
Oh yeah, we talked about my interview. Yeah, that's right. We filmed like the last one on my first week. Yeah, that's how long it's been. I have since quit that job.
You want to talk about your McDonald's experience? That would be good. Like that, you could probably have some good stories there.
Yeah, I have a lot of content I can squeeze out of this. For number one, I'm going to start by revealing all the secrets. I've already revealed some of these to you. Number one, if you order a drink with light ice, they will just give you the regular amount of ice. It is a complete lie. If you want reduced ice,
drinks with light ice though.
Or no, it's like, people who still want it to be cold, but people who don't want it to get too watered down.
Okay, but like you have to be a special type of person to purposely ask for light ice.
The thing is, there's actually a lot of people who do, and there are actually a few surprises that I've learned from there. Number
You
one,
should just look them in
there's
the face and say no whenever they ask for light ice.
because the thing is, our machine's automatic, so
Yeah.
does it cycles through. I know, I'm like, sure, they're just gonna complain if I say I can't do it. So even if I go onto the machine and put light ice in, it'll still produce, like, if they want light ice, they can come in through the lobby and put a minuscule amount of ice in the lobby themselves. And the ice cream machines, like the last 2 months, it was broken for like 2 months when I was working there. And it had broken before that. I know the secret behind that. It's because they are so shitty that they're always needing to be fixed, and the company that with people to fix them is understaffed. So basically, the company can't send people to fix the machines. It's completely out of McDonald's control.
Isn't there like some whole conspiracy about how the company that makes the machines purposefully makes it so they break, and they're the only ones who can repair them?
I think personally, I also think they're made cheap because they have to distribute to every single McDonald's. So I don't think it's made cheap to boost money. I think it's just made cheap to cut costs.
Like, I thought it was just like this whole, like I thought I heard somewhere that was like this whole thing where the company that like is a contractor for them that sells them the machines is like purposefully making them so they break.
I do know McDonald's is their sole client because they do not need another one.
Yeah, and they probably would only
they wouldn't be able to handle another one.
They would take focus away from their main one.
Yeah, I also know McDonald's. McDonald's is very strict about their things because, like, the company that sells them fries, they're like, it's in their contract that's like, you will not do business with any other company because you want McDonald's to be the only place where you can get the fries. Probably same thing with the ice cream, I can imagine.
All of a sudden, Burger King starts selling McDonald's fries. Okay, that's another thing. Burger King fries are garbage.
I love them. I actually love them.
They're not even salty. They're just like fucking wet.
You can ask for
potatoes.
salt for free.
I mean, you have to ask for salt so you can put it on the fries yourself. You know they're bad.
Yeah, and they're always like, they're always made fresh. I have never had Burger King fries that weren't fresh. I have had loads of McDonald's fries that weren't fresh.
I don't know. You know my hatred of Burger King. We don't need to go over this again.
Yeah, we've talked about this on the podcast. Yeah.
Anyway,
working at McDonald's only makes me want to work at Burger King more.
Did you? Well, I guess one of our schoolmates would have something to say about that. But anyway, do you have any like Karen stories from your time at McDonald's?
Yes, there was this one bitch who, if literally, she would stare as we would put the fries in the thing and put them in the bag. She would, if they did not come out of the deep fryer and to her within 30 seconds, she would send them back.
Was she like a repeat customer?
Yes. She came back. I had 3 shifts where she came through. There was also a time where this one idiot, this one like 70-year-old, this dude got me in so much trouble, and it was for his mistake. He literally he didn't count his money right. He paid in cash, and the person at the back who gave him his money, I was working presenting, which is the job where you give them the drink, where you make the drinks and give them the food. And, if you need to make ice cream, you make ice cream. It depends, whatever. But that's the set position. And I handed him his food. I was about to hand him his food. He tells me, "You guys shorted me $1." He counts the money in front of me, and it's right. He shows me his receipt, and I'm like, and the thing is, I'm not allowed to tell him he's wrong.
Wait,
I have to get the manager to tell him he's wrong. Because, if I start berating a customer, if I start telling him, that's the correct amount, and he says, no, it's not, who gets in trouble? Me. This was a lose-lose situation because then I had to get a manager, and then the manager had to go and tell him it's fine. And then you know what? The manager is like, we'll get him $1. So I go all the way to the back. All right? I get him $1. I have to. He's like, I can't open the register. I need to be a manager. So the same manager comes back to open it. And then I get $1. I go up and give him to him, and he's like, never mind, I was wrong, thanks. And he drives off with his food. And now I'm sitting here with $1.
And I get to like ask for the manager to put it back.
Yeah, I had to ask for the. I didn't have to, because when someone pays with cash, it just opens automatically. You like push a button on the thing. But like you need to just pull cash out of there, you gotta. Also when you gotta get a manager, and when you're taking cash out of there without putting it in the system, you also gotta get a manager. So I'm like, and then this manager hated me. I overheard him celebrating on the day he found out it was my last shift. This manager hated me.
You must have really done something wrong to him.
Never. I never really even hated the guy. I was just like, he doesn't like me. I don't know why. They don't pay me enough to care.
Gone. Oh.
He was literally, oh my God, it's Jack's last day. He was celebrating.
So sad to hear.
And on this same shift, the man, you know what he did? He moved me. He made me change positions because that had resulted in a pileup, and he blamed me for it.
It's your last day. You should have had some leniency.
This was like a month in. This was a month in. This was months ago. My last day went pretty uneventful, except this was probably the best. Up until this point, I had never been able to do this for my job, and I was so happy because once we opened back up the lobby, like the first month I was there, we didn't have let people in the lobby because I think either COVID and also we were understaffed. So we didn't want to have to manage that position as well. So, and then this was because most of the time it's just middle schoolers who come in because, they don't have cars.
I'm sure you saw some of our mutual friends a lot. They go in there like,
oh yeah,
I go in there all the time.
Yeah, I saw them today actually. Yeah. I went in there to get a slushie because one of the summer slushies is way better than it deserves to be, the strawberry watermelon one.
Yeah, you told me about that.
Yeah, it's weirdly good, and I was having cravings, and Dairy Queen wasn't letting me in the lobby, so I walk all the way to McDonald's, and I'm like, and Burger King ice cream ain't great. They barely give you any, too.
Well, finally, a complaint against Burger King.
Yeah. However, I actually was able to get it, so they still got that on McDonald's. At least they have ice cream. And, we have a Dairy Queen, so why get ice cream at McDonald's, right?
Or Burger King.
Or Burger King, yeah. Yeah, so... yeah, anyway. This middle school kid, like, he looked maybe 6th or 7th grade, right? He goes and asks for a water cup.
Oh, no.
And then he has a friend... Soda? He goes, I hand him the cup. He goes over there. I'm like, his friend's like, can I also have one? I'm like, sure. I just got to watch to make sure your friend actually gets water. And he's like, oh, okay. And then he goes straight for the soda. And I'm like, yes, my time has come.
Did you stop him?
I stopped him in his tracks.
I thought you would be the type of guy who would be like, chill and just let it happen.
No, I walks up to him and was like, hi there. He keeps filling it up. I thought you said you were getting water. He freezes. He almost drops it.
You are this man's worst nightmare. You appear at the foot of his bed. He turns around
slowly. He leaves to pour it out. And then, this actually shocked me. This was minutes after. You know that same lady I'd mentioned earlier who wouldn't let her... She'd send her fries back. She was filling up her drink
at the same time?
Ice to our right. And she was like, I'll pay for it.
Oh! Plot twist.
And I was like, oh my God. And then she's like, how much do I... Oh yeah, it's like, I'm like, it's $1. I'm just not allowed to, let them get away with it.
Thickens.
And then she gives me $1. I didn't make her pay the tax, the 9 cents tax, because I didn't want to have to get a manager to open the register. So there was that. And, yeah.
I would never have seen that coming.
Yeah. And you know what? His friend didn't chance it. His friend went straight for the water. And they didn't even stick around. They left.
Pretended like he was gonna get it all along.
Yeah. Yeah. I was like, yeah, oof. And that lady did not complain about her fries.
Nice.
Yeah, that was probably, I was literally laughing for like 10 minutes.
It's probably gotta be one of your highlight moments.
That is like top 3 moments working there.
Okay.
Oof. All right, I've been talking for a while. You can segue.
So, I'm pretty sure on the day that this releases, yes. Okay, I have this all planned out. On the day that this releases, okay. I know you won't care much about this, but a new chapter of Berserk is coming out. Okay. You knew I was going to talk about it.
I knew it.
It's coming out on the day that this video releases. And you know what? I'm hyped, okay? I'm not going to lie. Because
Chat's coming in like, what the hell was this?
Because, okay, Kentaro Miura is the artist behind Berserk, which is a manga, by the way. I'm sure a lot of you have heard of it. It's pretty famous. And he died, like, over a year ago. And it was... oh, sorry, I'm getting choked up here. No, it was really sad, because he hadn't finished Berserk. And then all of a sudden, his, like, childhood friend comes out of the water and is like, I'm going to finish it in his honor. And and it's going to be epic. And if it's not, then I don't know. I guess I'm gonna be sad. If it's not epic and you've already read it and you're watching this video, then well, whatever. But I'm hoping
you should be watching this video before you read the book. By the way,
what?
You should be watching this video before you read the book. By the way,
no.
Or at the same time.
God no. Read first. It's a masterpiece. Man, I really want to. I really hope they do good by it though, because like
our mutual friend was actually reading it when I saw him at McDonald's today.
Yeah,
talked about a demon raping somebody.
Yep, he got to the eclipse, which is a very famously tragic part of the story. But anyway, like a lot of times adaptations like this, whenever what
the Red Wedding of the Berserk storyline,
basically. A lot of times, whenever people get to this, like, whenever people, like, who are working on something die and then it gets finished off by someone close to them, people always complain about how it's worse. Like, I think another classic example is, like, Wheel of Time with Brandon Sanderson. I think a lot of people complain about that. I'm trying to think of others. I can't really think of many others.
He died?
No, Brandon Sanderson's alive. He finished it off.
I was gonna say
the original author. died.
Brandon Sanderson finished it off. I was like, yeah. I was gonna say he's not old. What happened to him?
No, he's probably writing about 30,000 pages right now as we speak.
Yeah, dude, I haven't read his books, but I know he produces like 3 books a year,
and they're all like over 1,000 pages.
Yeah,
like well over.
Dude's probably depressed.
Yeah. No, he's probably like loving life. Like, you can't write that much if you're depressed.
I feel like if you have nothing else to live for, yeah.
That's kind of sad. It's like you with your content creation. You got nothing else to live for.
I'm starting to sound like the fucking Joker.
You're laughing because it's true.
I speak of the Joker. Today I saw Lady Gaga is going to be the next live-action Harley Quinn and like the Joker too. It's not confirmed, but she's rumored to be that when they make a sequel to Joker. I want them to
bring back Margot Robbie and make her like as hot as possible.
Again.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't care what role it is. If it's a woman and it's hot, it's Margot
She's
Robbie.
Also going to play Barbie in a movie.
But they're going to make that pander to children, so it's not going to be. It's not going to be good.
I know. She's also going
Yeah.
to be she gets like her own Pirates of the Caribbean movie.
Wait, what?
I also heard about that. Yeah, she's replacing they replaced Johnny Depp with her.
What?
And
Okay. Is she gonna be wearing corsets?
probably.
Hell yeah.
I can't imagine her like, you know, I'm hoping they don't cast her to play like a female version of Davy Jones.
They're just gonna cast her to play like the same role Elizabeth Swann plays. Which is
Probably,
just
yeah.
like
She's gonna be that type of
like
character.
clueless, kind of bumbling female character.
Yeah, I doubt.
I hope they bring her in
you
as a
know,
badass though. That would be pretty cool.
yeah, I know. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, that's bold of them, especially after Dead Men Tell No Tales bombed.
No one liked that movie.
I thought it was forgettable at best.
Yeah, it's the worst of the 5, easily.
Yeah.
But Johnny Depp wouldn't go back even if they asked him, so they're kind of stuck with trying to figure out another way.
They're stuck with Margot Robbie.
It's not a bad person to be stuck with, let's be honest.
She's talented, yeah. And you know, the others.
Ooh, baby.
And you know, Jordan Belfort's wife and
That's all you need to say.
Wolf of Wall Street.
Leonardo Dicaprio really hit the gold mine there. Man's lucky.
He got to be literally slapped by
Kate
her.
Winslet and Margot Robbie.
I feel like Kate Winslet's a little older now, but
well, in her prime though is what I'm saying.
Oh yeah.
I mean, how many men around the world rewatched Titanic just for that scene?
I mean, you don't need to.
That's the only reason men watch Titanic.
I get it a lot because I knew the reference before I had even seen the movie because
your name's Jack.
I was born with the name Jack, so you know you know this about me. I am been my entire life growing up. I've been hit with paint me like one of the French girls.
Never
Jack.
letting go.
Yeah, I'm never letting go, Jack. I'm ready to die with you, and I'm like, oh.
Please shut the fuck up.
Yeah. You know, I wouldn't not mind changing my name to literally Pepto-Bismol if it means I didn't have to deal with it. If I didn't have to deal with it.
Pepto-Bismol. Upset stomach, diarrhea.
I'd be fine with, like, you know, Jack is a normal name that just was cursed with a boring ass movie.
Pepto, last name Bismol.
Pepto-Bismol, I could at least own that like it's a joke, you know? That's you don't name your kid Pepto-Bismol. You just don't.
Someone did. There's gotta be someone out there named Pepto-Bismol. I gotta pull up the how many of me.
People named
How many of me? Go to how many of me.
Bismol.
Bismol. Okay, wait, well, one sec here.
It's like just giving me the origin of the name Pepto-Bismol.
Oh my god. There is 1,682 people. No. Let me finish. There's 1,682 people with the first name Pepto, and only 125 with the last name Bismol.
I don't care.
Which means, and actually, I don't think there's anyone named Pepto-Bismol, unfortunately. But it would be pretty hilarious.
Oh my god.
The fact that there's 1,682 people named Pepto.
I really wish, like, I'm gonna be real, like, this is personally, like, a personal favorite fake name of mine. First name Pepto, middle name Bismol, last name Addict.
Pepto-Bismol addict. Who gets addicted to Pepto-Bismol?
They're called they have, like, you know, they're like a Sarah Jane, you know, where their middle name is part of their name.
There's like 1,500 people with the first name Tylenol.
maybe like on the when the doctor was writing down the birth certificate, she's like, "What do you, one of the nurses like, what do you want? What do you want to name it? I need Tylenol." Because she had just given birth.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I'm in tears at that fact.
Oh my god. Pepto-Bismol. That's gonna be the best name that you can name a kid. If I have a kid,
Pepto-Bismol.
I'm naming him Pepto. Middle name Bismol.
That's just so perfect.
Okay. With a
do
name
have-
like
do you have
that,
any
you would
topics?
with a name like that, you would end up an introvert. Speaking of which, beautiful segue here. I have a
Go for
topic
it.
here about extroverts and introverts. Okay. And recently, I have encountered a very new pet peeve of mine. Okay, we all know, we've talked about this before, I think in the last one. You are an extrovert for sure, and I'm an introvert for sure. We both know
Viewers
that.
have already, viewers can agree with that.
And we've talked about this before.
People that know us IRL also can agree with
And we
that.
had like a whole topic about this on the last one. I don't remember. It's
Yeah.
been so long. Anyway,
It's been I've worked at McDonald since then.
point is, as an introvert, when people say they're introverts and they're clearly not, it pisses me off. Okay? We have a mutual friend, okay, who claims they're an introvert. We spent the entire weekend together. And they are them. They're the least introverted person possible. Their name starts with Z. You know who I'm talking about.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I was assuming that's who you were talking about.
So
Yeah.
she's like trying to defend herself and getting mad because everyone in the car is like, you're not an introvert, you're an extrovert. And she's like, I know myself better than you do. Okay,
Yeah.
fair enough, right?
Yeah.
Whatever. We finally dropped the argument, even though her personality is definitely extrovert.
Yeah.
But whatever.
If you're watching this, we're on to you.
Anyway, we go over to a race because that's what we were in Montana for a race. We show up at one of the races, and she immediately runs over to like the event directors and starts talking to them, and like she's like, by the way, if I'm ever in Montana, can I get a ride to one of your races? And they're like, oh sure.
Oh my god.
Okay, and I don't know why.
I was not at this event, by the way.
As an introvert, it pains me whenever people are like, I'm an introvert, and they're clearly
Yeah.
not.
You want to know one of my pet peeves?
Go for it.
When people say my ears hurt. That
Why?
pisses me off so
what
much.
What?
When somebody hears a loud noise and they're like, ow, my ears. Just hearing that.
Hearing
just-
that makes your ears hurt.
Hearing
That's all?
that makes my ears bleed.
Stop it.
From the
Shut up.
inside out.
Shut up. Shut up.
Especially more so when it's a loud noise that I'm also listening to at the same time.
Why does this annoy you so much? Explain.
Like, last week, right? On Friday, we had like the drums. At our school, the
Yeah.
seniors were leaving, and they had like all our drum band come through the halls, and like I was like 3 feet from the drums. I
Yeah.
was fine, and literally like 3 people were like, "Ow, my ears!" And I'm like, "This is nothing."
It's just because you
I've
listened to.
been
Linkin
listening
Park
to death metal on full blast since middle school. I literally have a loud voice too, so I'm just naturally used to loud sounds.
Yeah, you've been in the red the whole time on my OBS.
Yeah, every time I talk, I just am in the I'm in the
I
red.
started with you at like -3 decibels, and I moved you
Yeah.
down to like -6.
I'm always in the red. This is just me talking too. I'm not even trying to raise my voice. I'm just a loud person.
Yeah.
So I've lived with that my entire life. So,
I had to bear that burden.
yeah, my ears are fine. I have heard 99.999% of the words I've said.
You haven't heard all the words you've said?
Probably, in cases like where I'm underwater. Or I feel like there's a time where like my ears are plugged, you know, and I can't
Whenever
hear
you speak,
myself.
it reverberates through your body, though.
I guess, yeah.
Plugging your ears does not make it so you can't hear yourself.
Yeah. Uh, there's probably a time where I've spoken and haven't been able to hear it, but
That's true.
or like something loud is going on around me that is overshadowing it. There's probably something there. Is what my point is. Can't put a pin in it, but there's probably something. So yeah, that also when people leave doors open, close them. They can do that for a reason.
Okay.
Moving on.
Moving on.
You have another pet peeve besides the introvert extrovert?
I have so many pet peeves that going through all of them would take me forever. Okay, I hate people, and this is like an adult thing. Not kids don't do this as much. Some do, but like in general, I just hate like people who are like NPCs. Okay, and what I mean by that is not like in the way you walk, the way you act. It's the way you talk. Like I have a teacher who just
Oh my god, yeah.
repeats over and over again like the same lines of dialogue, like they're fucking Oblivion NPC. And then
Oh.
they just say random stuff to like fill space and time. Like say something if it's important. Don't say something if it's not fucking important. Sorry.
Men. I thought that was important, so I said it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Like my teacher will just be like, saying nothing, and they'll be like, oh yeah, and then they just go back to not talking. And I just
That teacher probably talks in that exact dialect too. I don't think he's exaggerating, which is the funny part.
fucking Charlie Brown teacher ass.
Yeah. Yeah. Wah, 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 wah. Wah, wah, wah.
Pay attention to any of the shit they say.
And then when you fail the test, it's your fault.
Honestly, it probably would be for not paying attention, but like,
But if the teacher literally spoke like womp 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 womp,
Oh yeah, you know what? I know this is probably not the ideal
get
time to
mad.
ask this question, seeing as we're in the middle of a podcast, but maybe it has a good story behind it, and maybe you're willing to share some insight to the story. Why were you walking on the side of the road in the particular place you were today?
Oh, I mentioned this a little bit earlier, but I was craving junk food.
But like, why were you
So-
walking there?
Oh, because I was hoping to get a ride. I
were you
texted up-
hitchhiking?
I texted a mutual friend of ours, and he always parks in that far back parking lot. So, yeah, that's where you saw me. Okay, I heard somebody yell at me, and I was like, huh?
That wasn't me.
Yeah, I heard somebody it probably took me like an hour to get home after school get out. I was just walking around. Literally, I don't think I went 5 minutes without running into someone I knew. I go literally because I went to McDonald's, right? A mutual friend of ours who ran track with us is working there, who also does orienteering with us.
Mhm.
He was working there, right? He wasn't scheduled to work there, so I was like, I didn't really think about it. He might be on summer vacation because he did running start, but I assumed like, okay, yeah, he was working there. He took my order and gave me my food, and then while I was waiting, I ran into two of our mutual friends. Who one of them was reading Berserk.
Like
And I
how
was like-
everything's interconnected now.
Yeah,
It's all coming together.
I ran into so many of our I had like probably 4 people wave to me as I.
This is another one of my
that
pet
we know.
peeves. Okay. This is another one of my pet peeves. I'm just gonna connect things
good.
further.
Good.
I'm just gonna connect things back together further.
Oh yeah, the why. Hold on, I'll finish the why. Why is because I had asked if it was too late for a ride, and then he said yes,
Wouldn't have
and I
to.
misread that like, yes, I can give you a ride.
Idiot.
So I walked all the way down there and was like, oh well, faster to
Actual
take that road you
dumbass.
saw me walking on instead of that.
I would have
That's
stopped
why.
and picked you up, but it was like
It was a bad spot.
moving road,
I wouldn't have
yeah.
blamed you. It was a bad spot.
Anyway, back to what I was
Yeah.
gonna say.
Pet peeve.
Pet peeve: meeting people in public that you know, but like barely know, but like kind of know, but like not completely.
Oh, that's just awkward.
Like you're just This happened the other day. Okay, I gotta tell the story. This is a good story. This is a good story, podcast story here. So I was walking with or, no, I was running with another Ben, uh, the taller one. I think he's taller. You know, the older one. Uh, anyway, we were running together, and he started telling me a story. Okay, and he was saying like, "Oh yeah, I was gonna be a lifeguard this summer, but both of my siblings were lifeguards, and they had a really bad time with it this last year." And he started telling the story about this, and I'm just trying to fill time here, so I'm giving like the full background of this story. Okay, um, he was like, "Yeah, so basically, a beach man, whenever you're working at the lake, which is where you lifeguard, uh, they're beach managers." And the beach manager is like the person in charge of all of like the lifeguards, and they have been a lifeguard before, and they're usually older. And there was a new beach manager last summer, when both of this guy's siblings were working there, and this beach manager was basically just insane. Like they went drunk on power, and they started like so much drama. Essentially, they would blame everyone for doing drugs, even when they didn't. Like I don't mean like the people at the beach. They blame like the lifeguards for doing drugs and try to get them kicked out. And then whenever they were like called out for it, they would pass the blame for the accusations onto other people. And it caused like so much issues. And one of the people who got blamed was this guy.
Like the Crucible.
Yeah. Okay, trust me, this story is going somewhere, okay? Okay, you just gotta bear with me. So he's telling me the story as we're running, right? And he's like, yeah, so one of the guys that this beach manager called out, the beach manager was a woman, by the way. One of the guys this beach manager called out for doing drugs was named Skylar, and he got in trouble for such and such. But as he was telling the story, I look up and I see someone coming up from the side, like in my peripheral vision, coming up a hill, like coming towards us. Is a person in my creative writing class. Okay, they're a senior. They've already graduated. They weren't at school, but for some reason they're wearing a backpack, and I don't know why. And I had that class earlier today, and they weren't there. But anyway, it's beside the point. They had a backpack on. I don't know why you find this so funny.
Sorry. I just had a theory in my head that was funny. I'm not going to say it out loud.
I know what your theory was in your head. Okay, anyway. Basically, this girl's name was Skylar. And like he's telling this story, and he's like, yeah, and the guy's name, and he's like, he like says the word Skylar really loud right as this person comes up over the top of the hill, whose name is also Skylar. And she just like stares at us as we run by, and I just don't say anything. And then like Ben's continuing his story because he doesn't know what's going on. He doesn't know this person. We're like get down out of the way. I'm like, Ben, that person's name was Skylar, which is why they were staring at us, because they thought you were talking about her. And he's just like, what? And I'm like, yeah. And he just starts laughing. Like the weirdest coincidence that always ends in an awkward situation. Always happens. And it always happens whenever I see someone I
assumed the backpack was because they were selling drugs.
That's what I thought too. That was my theory whenever I saw the backpack. But like at the same time, they don't strike me as that type of person, but like they could. I don't think it would be selling. I think it would be buying, but like they would need a backpack for that. I don't know. Yeah. Anyway, there's a million reasons they could have a backpack.
You know, drugs just happens to fit with the timeline we have, so
yeah.
Canonically.
Speaking of which, he was telling me about the duties of a lifeguard, and like 90% of their job is just to kick out people who are doing drugs in the beach area, at the lake. And like the other 10% of their job is to kick out people who are breaking the rules, who like they basically speak Russian and pretend like they don't know how to speak English, or they speak Spanish and pretend like they don't know how to speak English and continue breaking rules. And basically their job is just to kick out these people who are like, it's a really sad job if you think about it, being a lifeguard. Like who wants to be a lifeguard?
1 in a million chance you actually save someone's life.
Apparently you actually, like, a lot goes on, like, relatively frequently. Because I asked him about this. I'm like, how often do you actually, like, have to jump in and save someone? He's like, believe it or not, you actually have to jump in, like, once a day, usually. Just because some kid's being a dumbass.
Oh, yeah. I was gonna say, yeah. Usually that's when someone drowns anyway. Um,
Mm-hmm. Like most of
you
the
know,
time, their job is just
some kid
cleaning up.
jumps in the deep end and then realizes
Like
midair he can't swim.
who wants to just like yell at kids? Why would that want to be your job?
I had to do it at my job, but I didn't really get to do it at my job very much, and then, you know,
You had the opportunity to, and you instead chose to relish it by standing
yeah.
behind the guy and saying, "I see what
Now,
you're doing."
now as a streamer, it's my job to yell for them.
Yell at, yell for, very different things.
Very different job. I'm yelling because it's for their own entertainment.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not punishing them. Not intentionally. Punish implies they did something wrong. This is just cruelty. Um, my streams are just straight cruelty. Anyway, how long has this been going for? I want to say like about an hour. How
We're
much time
at
we
46
at?
minutes.
46 minutes. All right, yeah, we got a little bit more time.
If you
We
have
got a
any
little
other
bit
topics,
more
by the
time.
way, because I just did that last one.
Yeah, fair. Yeah, lot has happened. I am actually, probably after this, I probably am going to go live. I've been making friends in the industry, so that's
Making
always
friends in the
exciting.
industry, making connections.
Yep, connections are always poggers.
You're even starting to use the lingo.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm on Twitch. I'm a full Twitch streamer now. Oh yeah, this happened. I posted a short from a clip of one of my Twitch streams where this was recently. I was talking about how much I think Australia is better than America, and a lot of that actually has to do with the Sandy Hook massacre. If you're familiar with that incident, I think it was in
Yes.
1998. Yeah, biggest massacre in history until we beat it in 2018. The Australian government was like, "That's it, no more guns," and the Australians were just like, "Yeah, I guess that's fair enough."
Let's not bring politics into this. We're gonna lose like
Yeah.
50% of our viewers right here.
Yeah, this was a Jim Jeffries bit. I'm copying it word for word.
Okay, at least you're exposing yourself.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, I'm getting off topic, but yeah, that's basically everyone saw short because one of the connections I've made is an Australian streamer by the name of It's Lasagna, who's actually really chill. Y'all should go follow her on Twitch. And yeah, she's pretty cool. She said I was the coolest streamer she'd ever met on camera.
That's your only reason you like her is just because she gave you that.
She's also Australian.
Australia would be really cool. Okay,
I just love Australians as people. Like, I love how politically correctness is like the last part of their thought process.
Australia would be really cool.
Like,
except
if Twitter was run by Australians,
except for the giant spiders.
Oh yeah,
that's a deal breaker. That's just a deal breaker.
Yeah,
everything kills you.
Yeah, but the fact that those people like live with those things, I have a respect for. I do. The fact that they're like, oh yeah, they're just fucking spiders. Like, I have a respect for them now. And yeah, basically in this short, where it's just a brief clip of us being like, yeah, Australians are way better than. Oh yeah, right, whatever. People in the comment section actually thought I was Australian. And that short, I believe, is almost at 1.5K.
You just have to say "Rise Up Lights," and it sounds like razor blades.
Rise up lights.
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 Rise up lights. Rise up lights.
Boy, mate, can you pass me the rise up lights?
Rise up lights.
That's the easy way to sound like an Australian, as long as all you want to talk about is razor blades. Limit your vocabulary to that one topic.
Cut my balls off like rise up lights. I'm gonna use it to cut my balls off.
Okay, you mean your ball?
Yeah.
You gotta keep to the lore here.
Yeah, canon.
Speaking of which, we need to mention this, okay? we start to gain a bit of lore on the testicle. Okay.
Oh
Throughout,
yeah,
throughout
yeah,
this throughout the summer.
yeah. You
And
guys start to hear more about the journey of the lost
the
testicle.
lore that you gave last time you gave lore is yet to be revealed because it's a backlogged video. So do you want to give like a little introductory lore here? Just like like a teaser lore, if you know what I mean. Like build the testicle world.
Let's just say this is a conflict that stems between this is an outer conflict between me and my left nutsack. Okay?
Your left wait, okay. You keep saying nutsack as if you have multiple nut sacks. Like left nutsack. Like you have
my left testicle.
Okay, good. Okay, that cleared things up there.
Yeah. The right, and let's just say the right one knows what happens if it steps out of line.
Okay.
So I'm yet to have an incident with the right one because the right one knows what's going on.
Thank you for the lore. We'll expand upon that in future videos. Be looking out for that. It's gonna be high. It's gonna be important.
Yeah. Stay tuned for that. That gives you guys something to live for.
Speaking of which, I don't know if
Brandon Sanderson has writing. You guys have dumbass videos.
I don't know if you knew this, and I promise it's not related to testicle lore in any way. But I happen to have 3 testicles. And it's totally not related in any way to the missing testicle that
the odds of you having the missing one, the odds of that testicle being mine
are exponential.
Are exponentially low.
Yes. But we'll see. I'll give you my backstory on how I found it later. That'll be some more lore too. Let's just say it involved Guy Fieri and a dingy dive bar while he was filming for his hit show
Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives.
Diners, Dives, and Drive-Ins, yes. Some things you just can't unsee in this world.
Yeah.
And one of those I saw that night. No, I'm not going to say anymore, but eventually you will find out the whole story. Anyway.
Sounds good.
I think, although this has been a bit shorter than usual, I don't think we have too much more to say, do we?
No, I don't think so either.
I think this one will just be a bit of a shorter episode, which is fine because we've had some longer ones too.
Yeah, I want to say this will be like what, 50-something minutes?
52 right now.
52. Yeah,
53.
that seems a bit short. I think our first was like 56, so it's not that short.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
But
yeah.
Anyway, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening about our summer plans, about Jeff
y'all
McDonald's
should follow me on Twitch.
About some pet peeves and about testicles.
Yep. And in case, you know, in the periods of time, you know, we're not posting on the Dumbasses channel because, you know, we're uploading these every 2 days.
What about that?
Maybe,
what are
maybe, you know.
Why are you only speaking when I'm speaking?
You know, watch.
Why do you only start speaking when I'm speaking? You know, maybe out of context, Elliot Twitch streamers. All right, that's it. Goodbye. 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 Goodbye.